All right, like we always do, we have a guest in the studio who will help us to talk more on the topics, that is the headlines this morning, talking about Barrister Joseph Anyant, a legal practitioner and also a public affairs analyst. Barrister, you're welcome to Good Morning, Anambra, once again.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
All right, without wasting much of our time, we'll start with what is making headlines on ABS website. Anambra government to establish innovation center to harness technological talents. Anambra government urges motorists to maintain annual vehicle roadworthiness tests. Anambra Internal Revenue Service moves to recover over 500 million naira debt from gaming operators. Shocking. Man's hand trapped in vehicle tank while stealing diesel in Oka. All right, Barrister, let's start from the top. Talking about Anambra government to establish innovation center to harness technological talents.
Yeah, it's a welcome development. I think we need some of these things to actually have our youth been very busy. And when government is really sincere in some of these programs, it helps the society. So if the Anambra State government will go ahead and implement this program, it will actually be of gain to our youth, especially the youth in Anambra State. So it's a welcome development. All
right, moving away from that, Anambra government urging motorists to maintain annual vehicle roadworthiness. You know, the kind of vehicles you see on the road sometimes, they are not into ride home about. So the government is urging people to make sure that they go through this test.
Yes, it's very necessary. But I will just try to advise the agency to actually take it easy, because the situation of things in Nigeria today is not really palatable. I saw them the other day, very close to ABS here, fighting, VOI agency, fighting with individuals. So in as much as they are trying to implement this order, trying to get people registered or pay whatever they need to pay, they should take it easy. And the other day, I saw them chasing a man from this very close to ABS here till towards Queen Suit, Abakaliki Street. And if you see the speed, I was moving towards Millennium here. If you see the speed, the car they were chasing, and even their own car, if you see the way they just sped off, towards this Kofi Junction, they almost had accident there. And on getting down to Abakaliki Street, they caught the man and broke the glass, the front glass of that man. So they should take it easy. If you get anybody who is in one way or the other not having the required documents, you just take him to your office. Don't fight.
All right, but who are we to blame in this situation right now? Because how will you see the VIO officials as you start running? When they stop you, you stop.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. But in every 12, you must understand that Brother Judas must be there. There are people who are there to violate the laws. Okay. That is why we make... You don't make law and expect everybody to obey it. No, it's not possible. Because this is what you normally see in the society. The lawbreakers. So when you see them, you handle them with maturity. Okay. It's like what we saw last time, Shiite members, you see Nigeria army shooting them. These things, you don't do it that way. You handle them.
All right, our listener and our viewer, you know that this is also participatory. You can call us on the phone lines that is already on your screen. All right, let's move over to this man. This one is very funny.
It's funny, but
trapped in vehicle tank while siphoning diesel.
Yes, it's very funny, but that will tell you the situation of things in Nigeria. There is hunger in the land. We must have to say this. So government should try to put food on the table. We are not encouraging people going out there to steal. But when you make the society so hard, you see people moving into what they ordinarily ought not to because of the situation of things.
Yeah, you're talking about hunger. When you're hungry, is that a guarantee that you should go on and do whatever it is you have to do?
Hunger, let me tell you, hunger can bring anything. That is why we continue to tell the government, engage the youth with the skill acquisitions, employment. Because when somebody is busy, like you are busy here, if you are busy here, you will not even have time to start moving along the street. If other youths are here walking, I don't think that person will be moving.
But you know, governments cannot do it all.
Yes, that's.
And then some of these youths, they don't make themselves available. When government comes with all this skill acquisition stuff, they prefer the easy way.
Yes, that's why I say in every 12, Brother Judas must be there. So that does not mean that people don't engage in these skill acquisitions. Last time they had it, that was ITF, Industrial Training Fund. I was part of it. They were even surprised to see me at Agolo. They say, hey, a lawyer, why do you want to participate? I say, yes, I want to have it. That was, we were trained on how to process cassava.
Okay.
Yes, so people want to engage themselves in something. So government should also help them. We are not encouraging criminality in the society.
Yes.
Nobody is saying this, anybody should. But we look at the remote cause of something. And the immediate cause of something.
All right, we don't just blame the government.
No, not only government.
Blame individuals.
Yes,
who can
individuals.
Also be self-employed.
Exactly.
All right, let's move over to the Daily Sun. That's the first paper. Banner headline said, wiped out. Islamic cleric, 4 family members, 8 others killed by insurgents in Borno. Shops, houses, animal also burnt. Okorocha blasts Oshimole after meeting Buhari, says party chairman is on his own. Alleged bribery video Ganduje appears before Kanu Assembly panel. Carlo in Germany, Hill Hati aid is talking. Shite, security clashes, U.S. demands probe. 1,000 members missing, claims IMN. 2019, IGP places police on red alert. All right, let's look at the headline. Islamic cleric and 4 family members and others killed by insurgents in Borno State. And also we have shops and houses that were burnt down.
Thank you very much. I think we are really in trouble. We are in trouble. And some individuals seems not to understand what is going on in Borno State. I think that is why sometimes people will say, instead of having python dance, whatever, crocodile, cockroach dance in other places, you need to mobilize your men down to this Borno. Some days ago, I saw the federal government establishing an army university in Borno. And I was just asking myself, why Borno? Because that place is not still conducive for people. You need to actually move down your men to this very particular state, Borno. People are being killed. Some of these things, you don't even see them reported. People are killed on daily basis, in seconds. It's just that sometimes you get to see this one being reported, but on daily basis, people are being chased away from their father's land. People are being killed. We don't even value life again. So I think federal government should do something to stop this. And if nothing is done, it's going to affect this government come 2019. Because people are not really happy. The way lives are being taken away from individuals.
All right, talking about APCs, like there is trouble in paradise. Okorocha blasts Oshimole after meeting Buhari, says party chairman is on his own. Yes,
I saw Okorocha yesterday vibrating. It's good. It is happening this way. And the report this morning is that his son-in-law is moving to AGAP. AGAP.
AGAP, yes.
Good. Let me tell you something. Before now, Oshomole and Okorocha have been frustrating people in Imo State. We must say it. Okorocha, from information I got, is going for Senate. The wife is going for reps. The son-in-law is going for governor. And another son-in-law for House of Assembly or deputy, I don't know. But the point is that before Oshomole came in, Oshomole was working with Okorocha. And that was why you see what happened in Imo State. Today they will conduct an election. Tomorrow they will say that no, not Uzodinma. And at the end, I think the name of Uzodinma surfaced. That is where Okorocha is getting it hot. And is now blaming Oshomole here and there. But the issue is that Oshomole cannot satisfy everybody.
Yeah.
What we always say is that conduct free and fair primaries or election. So that if somebody loses out, that person will know, yes, there was an election.
All right, let's move over to the alleged robbery videos of Ganduje appearing before Kaduna Assembly panel.
Yes, I think I've watched up to 3 of that video. And Jaffa has actually appeared before the House to tender the video by himself. So I think my advice is the members of that committee who invited him yesterday should do a diligent work. They should not look at faces, because the governor is saying he's photoshopped, and the man in question, Jaffa, is saying no. This is your video. This is what actually happened. And there was one I watched. There was translation on it. Whatever the governor said was translated. So if the governor can go ahead and get himself cleaned, it's okay. But they should know that the world is watching.
Right. I think we have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, John Paul on the line. Calling from Oka this morning, Engineer John Paul.
Sorry, what's your name and your location?
My name is Engineer John Paul. I am calling from Oka this morning.
Engineer John Paul, you continue with your contribution.
Yeah, good morning to the resource person, the legal practitioner. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, I just want to make a contribution based on the young youth that was caught trying to steal DMS or whatever. You see, in one of those things we're having in society as a result of unemployment and national country of youth, someone's going for kind of living the trade and acquiring trade. You see, no matter what government does, we still find youth lingering about. We don't want to go to a first case, and we don't want to go for a kind of living trade. We want to get it at all costs. So that is how it will always continue to be to this point. And I ask the government to do the needful. Acquire people, make people be busy, make people be busy. If you're banning anything, make them be palliative measure. But the youth to be seriously engaged. But the other that the kind of things we need is ready. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. John Paul, thank you so much for calling. We really don't have much time so that other people can participate too. All right, let's move over to Daily Times. Banner headline says, can of warns as reps begin probe of NHIS. Governing board Yusuf paid illegal 508 million naira to consultants, diverted 225 billion naira. Crisis facing NHIS predates Yusuf as Omogo takes over. Health Minister, FX stability, key driver of manufacturing growth. Analyst, investigative journalism will uncover corruption in Nigeria. Sarap, Senate gives NMPC ultimatum over details of $1.5 billion subsidy account. 130 Shiite members docked before magistrate court for rioting. CBN issues guidelines for licensing regulation of payment service banks. All right, the better headline, cans of worms as Rep begins probe of NHIS.
Yes, this issue of Yusuf has actually caused this government some embarrassment before now. Because I didn't know why one man will continue to disturb the government. And the government seems not to be doing anything up to the day before yesterday, before this man, or even yesterday, before he was asked to go on administrative leave. The point is that there's allegation against you. You step aside. And you don't actually challenge the Minister of Health. This man was sacked by acting President Osibanjo. And when Mr. President came back, he reinstated him. And since then, he has been causing trouble here and there. But I thank God the federal government has actually done the needful by asking him to stay aside to face investigation. So it's a welcome development.
All right.
Then on this shites, I really want to say that
I think we still have that in other papers. We talk about that. Let's move over to the Punch newspaper. But the headline said, Ogun Imo governors renewed attack on Oshimili. Party chair has shown disdain for APC, Buhari interests. Amosun, APC losing almost 5 million voters because of Oshimili. Okorocha is still talking. Boko Haram hits IDP camps and kill 8. Police moves in as crisis rocks Ekiti PDP Secretariat. EFCC arraigns police account officers for 1.5 billion naira theft. MTN problem frightens foreign investors. US, UK envoys. And up there we still have the issue of NHIS cancel and Abuja protest. Please arraign 130 Shite members. All right, let's talk about the issue of the Shite crisis.
Yes, I think this issue, the government will definitely have to look at this issue. These people, they are asking for a very simple thing. You held their leader since 2015 up to this moment. We've said severally, if you think that somebody has committed any offense, take him to court. We are in democracy. So, Sasaki have not been taken to court since 2015. And the Court of Competent Jurisdiction have actually granted him bail severally. The last one, they will say, release him within 45 days or something like that. And up to this moment, that old man and the wife is still in custody. And there's one thing very familiar with our brothers down there in the north. If once they make up their mind that they will do something, they don't go back. The Shiite members, they've said, it's either you release our leader or we will continue to protest. Why not release this man? Charge him to court.
Okay, let's move over to Nation newspaper. But the headline says, memories of DSS invasion as Buhari Daura holds talk. President SDG discussed Boko Haram and others. Up there we have how Ondo chief was murdered by house help. Another earth tremor in Abuja's Highbrow area. NMPC pumps up petrol price from fuel funds. AFCON Eagles can beat Bafana, says Aina. 2019, we won't interfere in INEC duties, Amechi tells EU. CBN issues guidelines for payment service banks. Okay, now the next newspaper, that's let's take it together before you comment on them. The Guardian newspaper banner headline says, how virtual polling units may mar 2019 elections. APC has lost 5 million members under Oshimile. Terrorists killed 12 in attack on Borno villages and IDP camps. PDP promises to return fuel pump price to 87 naira. US demands probe into killing of Shiites. Sect denies link with terrorism. NSE suspends trading on Unity Bank and orders shares. Another earth tremor hits Abuja. All right, let's take the better headline. This one, how virtual polling units may mar 2019 elections.
The point is that I would have loved to say something on what Amechi.
Yeah, we'll still come to that.
Yes, because when you look at 2019 election, it's going to be very, very critical. Because the PDP party is very serious in this election. And the APC should also understand that PDP is not playing. APC should also understand it. So what we need this time around is credible, fair, and free election. So INEC should do that. All the polling units, they should get ready. All the materials, the card reader, they should ensure that card readers are working. So that at the end...
And also your comment on the Amechi telling EU that they won't interfere in 2019 poll.
Yes, it's not enough to say we won't interfere. First of all, morally speaking, let's just look at it now. Is it morally justified that the INEC chairman presently constituted is from the north? The answer is no. The answer is no. But I thank God we are having candidates from the north. So whatever they want to do there, let them do it. But I am of the considered opinion that somebody from the southeast should be a neutral person to conduct election. Like what we had during Jega, Maurice Iwu, and Obasanjo. You don't, and most of the security agencies are now in the hands of the north.
Oh, yeah.
You talk of the army, is from, you talk of the police, you talk of the immigration, you talk of INEC,
yeah.
You mention them. So how do you now justify this lopsidedness?
All right, but all of them will work together to say that we have...
So it's not enough to tell EU. It's not enough to say that.
Thank you so much, Barrister Joseph Anyante, legal practitioner and also public affairs analyst. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.